got Trevor Dennis here courtside, and he and I have not had a chance to talk on air, but we often converse in our goings and comings in Pruitt Hall and at the bus and everything else. But Trevor, first, I appreciate you taking a couple of minutes to join us courtside. You guys made the trip up today. How was it?
Yes, sir. I can't complain about it. It was pretty good trip. We got to the hotel early, so we just been relaxing all day thinking about this game. Had film earlier as well, so hopefully we can take care of this one tonight.
Well, that's good. I mean, we have our team. My vantage point, you know, I'm not in the locker room every day, but I mean, I get to see it from courtside. Our team is a team that we've got some really cool camaraderie. It seems like we play with high energy, and we're coming off of, you know, a nice win at home, and we come in here. You know, I mean, Lee's no slouch. I mean, they're a good ball club. You know, they come into this one. You know, they've got 13 wins on the season. You know, what does it take to be successful on the road?
I think it definitely is going to take some heart. It's going to be hard to win away, of course, but I think with some good defense, some rebounding, playing to our advantages as we can. Definitely need to get down low. I don't want to fall in love with the three. I think it's what we talked about today in practice. Going to have to lock down on 15, make sure he doesn't have a career night on us. Anybody else that doesn't go, we don't need anybody having a career night that doesn't already have one, basically. So just trying to lock in early on them.
I can totally get behind that. And like I said, I have enjoyed following this team. And you know, you talk about, you know, having an opportunity to see film and that kind of thing. And highlighted some folks that, you know, that we need to look for. You're talking about Willingham. I mean, he's a redshirt junior. He's actually from Alabama.
Yes, sir.
But the kid comes in, he averages 17. We can put the lock on him. You know, there's a lot of things that happen because West Alabama's a team. We have a lot of weapons. You know, and you know we had the likes of Karan Garner, who last game out, I mean, he's not the guy that usually goes out and knocks down 25, but he said, you know what, I'm gonna shoulder the load a little bit. What is that like, you know, when somebody's able to step in there and fill that role that maybe that's not what their normal role is?
It's so nice for our team. It makes the people like Fat that always, you know, he gets that midi in there that we always look for. It just takes the load off of him. He doesn't have to hit all the shots that he normally has to. And KG, if he keeps doing anything like that, we might be hard to deal with, I'd have to say, because when he's like that, the team looks really, really good.
Well, I agree with you. And there's a lot of things that go into winning basketball games or whatever sport you're in.
Definitely.
And it doesn't always show up on the stat sheet. I mean, we have guys that contribute, you know, night in and night out, and it may be just a few minutes here or there, but those are important minutes when we get that. And you know, speak to what it's like. I mean, you're a guy that's a role player. You come in and you play your role. I mean, you know, how has this team been able to embrace those roles and be able to put up? I mean, we're knocking it around. We've got 15 wins on the year. I mean, and it's not just the guys that go out there and start every night. So how has this team embraced those roles?
I think it was a little bit tougher at the beginning of the year for everybody to realize that they might not be playing as much as they want to. They either started or played significant minutes at their last schools, but I will applaud everybody for being one of the greatest team that I've been a part of. Everybody cheers on. Everybody wants the band in front of them to do good. So I think that helps us as a role and as a whole. And then we have, in practice, we're going against the starters and the main seven that play. We're trying to make them better every day, and everybody accepts their role well. And I think as a group, it just makes us a lot tougher.
I think that really speaks to the maturity of our team.
Yes, sir.
And, you know, at the end of the day, the stat that we're all looking at is whether we're winning or not.
Exactly.
You know, and when we're winning, things are good. And you know, if I play my role tonight and that's I've got to be a great defender, then I'm going to play it.
Exactly.
And if it means, you know, I got to be the KG that knocks in 25, then that's what happens. So, you know, I applaud this team for everything that they've done here so far. You guys have got, like I said, from my vantage point, the camaraderie is there, the all-in mentality is there, and I've enjoyed the heck out of being able to cover you guys, and I'm so thankful that you were able to just spend a few minutes visiting with us.
Man. I love what you do for us, and everybody appreciates it. We love watching the commentary back on the games when we watch it through.
Well, fantastic. I appreciate that, folks.
Yes,
That's
sir.
Trevor Dennis.
Yes, sir.
We'll see him here in about an hour. We'll take a quick break for the second half of the women's game here on your station for West Alabama basketball. Sly 104.9. Courtside, I got Coach Nick Woodruff, and Coach, I don't know about you, but winning's fun, my friend.
Man, I've told you before, the day you get married, Kristen, if you're listening, the day your kids are born, and getting a conference road win, they ain't nothing like it.
I'm telling you, man, I've been in your seat. You are right on the money, man. I mean, in whatever sport we're playing, if you go on the road in the Gulf South Conference and you come out with a win, that's a big time deal.
We hadn't won here in a long time.
And
I looked it up. I think I personally, as the head coach, haven't won here. And you know, being selfish, I wanted this one really, really bad, but the guys wanted it too. There at the end, they were all saying, "We got it, coach. We got it, coach." And you know, that it's so hard to win on the road, and it's even harder to win at Lee and at Huntsville.
Absolutely,
and we just did it. Now, granted, they came to our place and beat us, and so we owed them one. And man, what a big time gutsy effort, big time plays made late. Justin Coran made a big shot. Just an all-around solid game from our guys, and to do it here at Lee, to the front end of this road trip, I couldn't be more proud of those guys.
Oh, they battled, and you know, I mean, let's go back. The student section here is active. Okay, I mean, they're very active. We're just going to call it that. It was like that at Huntsville.
Oh yeah,
and we did a good job in the fact that we didn't let that affect the game plan that we needed to do, and we were able to come in and execute. Because when you go in those hostile environments, I mean, I'm thinking about it in softball and in baseball. You know, you go to a Delta State or something like that. It's crazy, and it was wild here tonight, and the guys handled that really well.
They did, and that's part of having an old veteran group transfers, a bunch of old heads, and that's been good to us. You know, I think Dennis Gates at Missouri said, "Get old, stay old." He said, "Go sign a bunch of 22, 23-year-old guys that have scored over 1,000 points in their career," and that,
nothing wrong with that.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I'm proud of this. I'm proud of this group. We got a bunch of guys that have bought in, that like guys that are really good players but that don't get to play, and that if their number's called, they got to be ready. But they're so bought in to our team that I can't speak enough about that group of the guys. You know, Tyler, Peter, Sorrell, Kyle, you know, Marvin getting hurt, what he's brought to the table.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned that. I grabbed Trevor in between in the halftime.
Man, yep.
And he and I had this conversation. And the thing that came, and this is a student athlete that a lot of these guys, wherever they came from, they were their guy. I mean,
no doubt.
They were their guy.
Them.
That's why we got them, you know. And he said, he goes, "We have had guys buy into their role on the team and are ready to go when their number's called. Yep. And don't pout about it.
They don't.
If it's not called today, it might be tomorrow." I mean, I'm looking back to Huntsville, and KG don't knock down 28 every night. Okay, but you know, you had he put up like 8 or 9 that night, and somebody else has to shoulder the load. You know, tonight, you know, Justin, who is a great player,
man, he won that game.
He needs to put it on his shoulders sometimes, and it happens. I mean,
big plays late. He won. He did. He won that game,
and it's fun. I have seen from the outside, seeing this team grow. They're figuring out their roles. They're starting to gel. They're comfortable. I mean, because we had a ton of new guys, man.
Oh, man.
Like, and now that maturity is kind of locked in, and when you're getting big wins on the road like this, it's gonna. I mean, you can only just ride it, man, and keep rocking it, man.
Yeah, we got to go get another one on Saturday.
Well, I want you to enjoy this one tonight, prepare tomorrow, and then let's get after them Saturday. Yep. Coach, I appreciate the time post game.
Appreciate it.
Get with the team.
Did you have any yes sirs?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I tell you, folks, that's your coach, Nick Woodruff. Happy final here at Lee. Tigers win it 74-63. And West Alabama's Justin Allison, he knocks in 22. He went 6 of 11 from the floor, 1 of 5 from the arc, 9 of 10 from the free throw line in his 36 minutes of play. Terry Durham in 27 minutes, 14 points. Shadarian Allen and Karan Garner each knocked in 13. And C.J. Melton and Thad Williams added 6 apiece. The Tigers shot 50% from the floor, folks. 24 of 48. They didn't have it from behind the arc, but it was a night that they didn't really need it. They had 38 points in the paint, 38 of their 74, and they shot 86% from the free throw line. Terry Durham, he records a double-double tonight, 14 points and 10 boards, as he was an absolute warrior. And West Alabama comes in. They knock off the number 1 Flames of Lee University on the road. They've got Shorter on Saturday. You guys will have to tune in to watch the live stats or whatever the option is there at Shorter. Unfortunately, I've got a scheduling conflict. I won't be able to bring that to you. I'll have to follow from live stats as well. But I tell you what, I got my money's worth today. The trip to Cleveland, Tennessee started early this morning. I'll travel back late tonight. But I tell you what, winning 2 games sure makes the miles melt away a lot faster for our Director of Sports Communication, Jordan Allison. For my producer back in the studio, Wayne Grant, who's an absolute whiz. He puts up with a lot of my junk and makes it sound nice for me. I'm Will Atkinson. The happy final here in Cleveland, 74-63. Good night, and go Tigers.